Let's get real for a moment. Aging isn't just about gray hair and fine lines. It's a relentless process that affects your entire body. And while most people think that the physical signs of aging are the most alarming, the truth is, the most dangerous changes happen underneath the surface, slowly, without you even realizing it. What if I told you that your skin's dullness, your hair thinning, and the constant feeling of fatigue could actually be a signal from your body that something deeper is going wrong? Yes, it's not just getting older. It's a wake-up call from your body that it's not getting the nutrients it needs to fight back. As we age, especially after the age of 60, our bodies undergo a dramatic shift. Things that once felt effortless, like maintaining radiant skin, strong hair, and boundless energy, become harder to sustain. You might not be able to avoid the inevitable signs of aging, but what if you could slow them down, reverse some of them, or at least minimize the damage? What if the answer to aging gracefully doesn't come from fancy serums or expensive treatments, but from the simple vitamins your body desperately craves? Let's be honest, the skincare industry loves to play on our insecurities. They push pricey creams, miracle serums, and lotions that claim to turn back time. But here's the shocking truth you need to hear. These external products often do little to address the root causes of aging. They're temporary, surface-level fixes. Meanwhile, your body is silently screaming for help beneath your skin. The reality is, your skin, hair, and energy levels are a reflection of your internal health. And the battle against aging is fought from the inside, not the outside. As you age, your skin begins to lose its ability to regenerate. Collagen, that essential protein responsible for keeping your skin firm and youthful, starts to diminish, leaving your skin sagging and wrinkled. Elastin, the protein that gives your skin its elasticity, also begins to break down. Without these proteins, your skin starts to lose its structure and strength. This isn't just a cosmetic problem, it's a structural breakdown at the cellular level, and it's happening right beneath your surface. But here's where it gets even more alarming. The reason for this rapid decline isn't just the natural aging process. It's the lack of essential nutrients your body needs to maintain these vital functions. You've probably noticed it already. Your energy dips in the afternoon, your skin looks lackluster no matter how much moisturizer you pile on, and your hair feels thinner than ever before. These are classic signs of nutrient deficiency, a widespread problem in older adults, and it's causing havoc on your appearance and health. It's not just about wrinkles, it's about your body's internal infrastructure crumbling. Now, imagine a different scenario. What if you could nourish your body with the right nutrients to slow down the aging process? What if you could restore the collagen that's disappearing, boost your energy levels, and give your skin and hair the nourishment they need to fight back against the signs of aging? Well, there's a solution, and it's far simpler and far more powerful than you might think. The shocking truth is that many of the signs of aging we see on the outside are directly tied to a lack of 3 powerful vitamins. These nutrients have the ability to not only slow down aging, but reverse some of its most noticeable effects. The vitamins I'm talking about have been scientifically proven to rebuild and restore your skin structure, boost your energy, and even help your hair regain its strength. But here's the kicker. These vitamins are often overlooked, and most people don't realize how crucial they are until it's too late. For years, the skincare industry has led us to believe that external creams and lotions were the key to staying youthful. But the truth is, no cream in the world can replace the power of nutrition. If you want glowing skin, thicker hair, and more energy as you age, you need to focus on what you're putting inside your body, not just what you're slathering on the outside. Here's the most shocking revelation of all. Your body wants to stay youthful. It's not some lost cause, and aging doesn't have to be a downhill spiral. The right nutrients, these 3 powerful vitamins, can reverse the damage done by time and make you look and feel younger. But, like most things, you need to act fast before the damage becomes irreversible. In the next few moments, I'm going to reveal these 3 miracle-working vitamins that you need in your daily routine. These vitamins will fight off the free radicals that cause aging, rebuild your skin's collagen, and give your hair the strength it's been losing over the years. I'll show you how these vitamins work together to create a powerhouse of vitality inside your body, transforming your skin, hair, and energy from the inside out. But here's the critical part: it's never too late to start. Whether you're in your 60s or 70s, introducing these vitamins into your life could change everything. Forget the expensive creams. Forget the false promises of youthful skin that come in a jar. The key to aging gracefully and looking years younger lies in your ability to nourish your body with the right tools. So stay tuned, because I'm about to share the truth that no one else is telling you. The secret to turning back the clock isn't a secret at all. It's science. These 3 vitamins are your ticket to reversing the signs of aging and reclaiming the vibrant, youthful energy you deserve. Let's dive in. Aging isn't just about getting older. It's about surviving a biological ambush that's been brewing for decades. You might think you're just tired, that your skin is just a little dull, or that your hair is thinning because that's what happens. But the truth is far more disturbing. Aging is an aggressive, slow-motion breakdown of your body's most essential systems. And for millions of Americans, that breakdown is happening right now, whether you see it or not. Let's take off the rose-colored glasses for a second. What really happens as you age? Your metabolism slows to a crawl. Your skin loses its bounce. Your bones begin to quietly crumble. Your muscles start to melt away, a condition called sarcopenia, which is basically a silent thief stealing your strength one day at a time. Your cells, once vibrant and efficient, become sluggish and damaged, polluted by something called free radicals, those destructive, unstable molecules that accelerate your decay from the inside out. And that's just the beginning. What most people don't realize is that the aging process doesn't start on your 60th birthday. It begins decades earlier, and it accelerates fast, especially if your body is running low on the vital vitamins and nutrients it needs to repair and regenerate. Think of your body as a high-performance engine. When it's young, it runs efficiently. But as it ages, without the right fuel, without the right nutrients, it begins to corrode from the inside. Let's talk skin. As we age, our skin doesn't just wrinkle, it collapses. The production of collagen and elastin, the proteins responsible for keeping your skin smooth, firm, and youthful, drops dramatically. By the time you're 60, you've lost nearly 50% of your body's natural collagen production. That's not just aging, that's your skin starving for support. And what about hair? Your once thick, shiny hair starts thinning, becoming brittle, weak, and dull. It's not just cosmetic, it's a sign of nutrient deficiency. Your hair needs vitamins to grow, stay anchored in the scalp, and maintain color. When those nutrients run dry, the hair literally gives up. You're not just losing hair, you're losing one of the body's first and most visible warning signs of deeper imbalance. Now let's talk about energy. If you're over 60 and feel like you've lost your spark, that's not normal aging. That's your body telling you that something is off. Chronic fatigue is a red flag, often pointing to a drop in essential nutrients like B vitamins, iron, and vitamin D. These are the building blocks your body needs to create cellular energy. Without them, you feel drained, foggy, and disengaged. It's like running a marathon every day without ever resting. What's even more frightening? Inflammation. Aging bodies are prone to what doctors call inflammaging, a low-grade chronic inflammation that damages tissues, organs, and even your DNA. It's linked to every major age-related disease: heart disease, Alzheimer's, cancer, and diabetes. And guess what fuels inflammaging? Poor diet, lack of vitamins, oxidative stress. You might not feel it happening, but inside, your body is smoldering with inflammation, breaking down systems that once kept you safe and strong. Your immune system? It's weakening too. By age 60, your immune function drops dramatically. Your white blood cells don't respond as quickly. Your defenses are slower, weaker, more confused. That's why older adults catch more colds, recover slower from illnesses, and are more vulnerable to infections and even cancer. This isn't just bad luck, it's biology, and much of it ties directly to how well or how poorly you've been feeding your cells. But here's something most people never talk about. Aging isn't just physical, it affects your mind too. Forgetfulness, brain fog, mood swings, even depression. These aren't just senior moments, they're biological alarms. As your body ages, the brain shrinks in volume. Nerve cells die. Neurotransmitters become less efficient. Without enough vitamins like B12, omega-3 fatty acids, and vitamin D, your brain's wiring starts to falter. And that can lead to devastating consequences, some irreversible. And let's not ignore the gut, the center of your body's health. Your digestive system, as you age, becomes less effective at absorbing nutrients. This means even if you eat healthy, you might not be getting the nutrients your body desperately needs. Older adults commonly suffer from malabsorption, and the worst part? Many have no idea. They assume feeling tired or looking older is just natural. But in many cases, it's a preventable crisis caused by nutrient starvation. Here's the big takeaway, and it's urgent. Aging doesn't just happen to you. It's a series of chemical, hormonal, and nutritional changes that you can fight if you have the right information and the right tools. Your skin, hair, energy, bones, immunity, and even your memory are all at risk if you don't act. These challenges don't have to be inevitable. They don't have to steal your confidence or your joy. The truth is, aging is a battle. And right now, millions of Americans are fighting blindfolded, using the wrong weapons, falling for myths, and ignoring the real solutions hiding in plain sight. But not you, not anymore. Because in the next section, I'm going to introduce the 3 most powerful vitamins you can add to your life today that could radically slow down this destructive process. These vitamins don't just support your health, they help rebuild it from the inside out. Get ready, because what you're about to discover could change the way you age, forever. The importance of antioxidants. The shocking truth about what's destroying your body and how to fight back. Let's get brutally honest. If you're over 50, your body is under attack every single day. And not by something you can see, but by a ruthless, invisible enemy that's quietly wrecking your cells, aging your organs, and accelerating every wrinkle, ache, and memory lapse you've ever blamed on just getting older. The name of this silent killer? Free radicals. They sound harmless, but they're anything but. These tiny, unstable molecules are the atomic arsonists of your body, literally tearing through your cells, causing oxidative stress, damaging your DNA, and destroying the very building blocks of your health. Think of free radicals like biological terrorists. They sneak in, they attack from the inside, and they leave a trail of destruction in their path. Sagging skin, stiff joints, failing eyesight, memory problems, heart disease, even cancer. But here's the good news, and it could save your life. There's a way to fight back. One powerful natural line of defense that your body desperately needs, but most Americans are dangerously deficient in. They're called antioxidants, and they might be the single most important molecules for your health after age 50. What exactly are antioxidants? In scientific terms, antioxidants are compounds that neutralize free radicals before they can cause damage. In simpler terms, they're your body's internal firefighters. They rush in, extinguish cellular flames, and prevent long-term destruction. And yet, despite how critical they are, most Americans over 50 are not getting anywhere near enough antioxidants from their diets. That's like going into battle without armor against an enemy that never stops attacking. Why should you care? Because oxidative stress isn't just a buzzword. It's the root cause of nearly every major age-related disease you fear. Let's break it down. Heart disease? Free radicals attack artery walls, leading to plaque buildup and dangerous blockages. Alzheimer's and dementia? Oxidative stress shreds neural pathways and disrupts brain signaling. Cancer? DNA mutations triggered by free radical damage can lead to uncontrolled, deadly cell growth. Vision loss? The retina is especially vulnerable to oxidative breakdown, leading to conditions like macular degeneration. Skin aging? That crepey, sagging, spotty skin? Thank free radicals and sun damage combined. And that's just the beginning. Where do these free radicals come from? Here's the terrifying part: they're everywhere. Your body naturally produces them during metabolism, but modern life has turned up the volume to a deafening level. They come from processed foods, from air pollution, from smoking and alcohol, from prescription drugs, from excess sugar, from mental stress, even from exercise. Every one of these factors creates a flood of free radicals that overwhelm your internal defenses. And if your antioxidant levels are low, and for most Americans they are, you're walking around with a biological time bomb inside your body. The antioxidant crisis in America. Most Americans eat a diet that's practically bankrupt in antioxidants. Fast food, microwaved meals, processed snacks, sugary drinks. It's a toxic parade of pro-inflammatory, nutrient-depleted garbage that fuels free radical production while starving your cells of the very nutrients they need to protect themselves. Let this sink in. According to data from the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, only 1 in 10 adults in the United States gets enough fruits and vegetables per day, the primary source of antioxidants. That's not just a bad habit, that's a public health catastrophe. And it's why we're seeing skyrocketing rates of chronic inflammation, heart failure, neurodegenerative disease, and premature aging across the country. Antioxidants, your cellular bodyguards. Now let's talk solutions. Not all antioxidants are created equal. Your body needs a wide spectrum of them to cover different types of free radical attacks. Here are the most powerful, research-backed antioxidants you need right now. Vitamin C. This powerful antioxidant protects your skin, boosts your immune system, and neutralizes harmful toxins before they can do damage. Vitamin E. It fights oxidative damage in fatty tissues like the brain and heart, 2 organs you really can't afford to lose. Beta-carotene. This compound is a powerful precursor to vitamin A and is critical for eye health, immunity, and radiant skin. Selenium. This mineral defends against DNA damage and supports your thyroid, a key organ in energy and metabolism. Polyphenols. Found in dark berries, green tea, and dark chocolate, these natural chemicals act like biological commandos, attacking inflammation at the source. Coenzyme Q10. Essential for energy production in cells, CoQ10 is particularly important for heart health and healthy aging. Alpha-lipoic acid. This rare antioxidant works in both fat and water-based environments, making it a versatile defender of your entire system. If you're not getting these regularly, either through your diet or supplementation, you're basically letting your body burn from the inside. The shocking truth: aging is accelerated when you're antioxidant deficient. You might think aging is just natural, but what if I told you that in many cases, it's not? It's accelerated, it's exaggerated, it's avoidable, if you stop the cellular sabotage in time. When your body is flooded with free radicals and starved of antioxidants, you age faster. Wrinkles deepen, bones weaken, organs shrink, memory fades, your whole system begins to collapse. But when you flood your body with antioxidants, you can slow that process. You can reverse visible aging signs. You can reignite your energy. You can feel like yourself again, not older, not broken, just fully alive. So here's your prescription. Start now. Fill your plate with antioxidant-rich foods. Support your diet with smart supplementation. And never forget this: the war against aging is winnable, but only if you arm yourself with the right defense. Antioxidants are not optional, they are essential. And the sooner you make them part of your daily life, the longer and better that life can be. Fourth, secret vitamins. The hidden nutrients that are secretly destroying your health. after 50. Let me ask you something serious. Are you feeling more tired than usual, struggling with brain fog, achy joints, fading memory, mood swings? Most people chalk it up to aging. But here's what nobody's telling you. These symptoms aren't normal. They're red flags. And they might be caused by deadly deficiencies in secret vitamins that your doctor never told you about. I'm not talking about your basic vitamin C or calcium. I'm talking about powerful, overlooked nutrients that play a critical role in your survival. Nutrients that most Americans over 50 are dangerously low in. These vitamins aren't just nice to have. They can literally determine whether you stay sharp, independent, and pain-free, or spiral into disease, memory loss, and chronic fatigue. So let's get into the truth. These are the invisible vitamins silently running your body or breaking it down. Vitamin K2, the artery cleaner that could save your heart. Most people know about vitamin K1, found in leafy greens, but very few have even heard of vitamin K2, which is a completely different nutrient with a life or death function. Vitamin K2's main job is to direct calcium to the bones where it belongs, and away from your arteries where it can do deadly damage. Without K2, calcium from supplements and food can build up in your arteries, causing arterial calcification, a major driver of heart attacks, strokes, and early death. Here's the kicker. Over 90% of Americans are deficient in vitamin K2, especially those over 50. If you're taking calcium or vitamin D without K2, you could be doing more harm than good. K2 is the missing link that protects your heart, bones, and circulation. Vitamin B12, the brain fuel that disappears with age. By the time you hit 50, your stomach stops producing enough acid to absorb vitamin B12 properly. And B12 is no minor player. It's absolutely essential for energy metabolism, red blood cell formation, mood regulation, memory, and cognition. Protecting your nerves from permanent damage. Low B12 levels don't just make you tired. They can cause depression, confusion, numbness, brain shrinkage, and even dementia-like symptoms. Most B12 deficiencies go undiagnosed until irreversible damage sets in. If you're feeling mentally slower, emotionally flat, or physically weak, B12 could be the missing key. Vitamin D3, the sunshine hormone that keeps you alive. Vitamin D3 does way more than support bones. It's a hormone that regulates over 1,000 genes, including those linked to immune defense, cancer prevention, and brain function. Yet most Americans over 50 are shockingly deficient, even in sunny states like California or Florida. Why? As we age, our skin becomes less efficient at converting sunlight into D3. Add in sunscreen, time spent indoors, or living in cloudy regions, and your levels can plummet without warning. Low D3 is linked to weakened immunity, depression, chronic pain, cognitive decline, heart disease, higher risk of death from all causes. It's not just about avoiding fractures, it's about staying alive and functional. Magnesium, the master mineral. Nobody talks about magnesium powers over 300 enzymatic reactions in the body, including muscle contraction, nerve signaling, heart rhythm, and sleep regulation. But here's the shocking truth. Over 70% of Americans over 50 are magnesium deficient. This hidden deficiency contributes to high blood pressure, irregular heartbeat, anxiety, muscle cramps, insomnia, blood sugar, instability, migraines. To make it worse, many common medications like diuretics, proton pump inhibitors, and blood pressure pills deplete your magnesium even more. If you're feeling wired but tired, dealing with stress, or waking up at 3 a.m. every night, magnesium could be the fix your body is screaming for. Omega-3s, the anti-inflammatory weapon. Your brain craves. Omega-3 fatty acids, especially EPA and DHA, are critical for brain health, joint mobility, heart function, and inflammation control. Yet most Americans consume too little omega-3s and too many omega-6s, the type of fat found in processed foods and vegetable oils that stoke the fires of chronic inflammation. This imbalance can lead to memory problems, brain fog, joint pain, mood disorders, chronic inflammation, accelerated aging. Omega-3s aren't just good for your heart. They're vital for preserving your brain and staying mentally sharp as the years go by. Choline, the forgotten nutrient that powers your brain and liver. Choline is essential for building neurotransmitters, detoxifying your liver, and maintaining cellular health. Yet more than 90% of Americans don't get enough. This deficiency can trigger fatty liver disease, brain fog, poor memory, muscle damage, accelerated cognitive decline. Choline is especially critical for people over 50 who are at risk of non-alcoholic fatty liver disease, which affects 1 in 3 adults and is often undiagnosed until the damage is done. The bottom line: these secret vitamins are anything but optional. If you're over 50, your body is already struggling to absorb, convert, or retain these essential nutrients. Ignoring them is like driving a car with no oil. You won't see the damage right away, but the engine is dying inside. You have 2 options: keep ignoring these silent deficiencies and wait for the damage to show up as disease, or get informed, take control, and start feeding your body the nutrients it's been begging for all along. Your future health depends on it. 5. Real-life example. One woman's tragic health collapse and her shocking comeback. Let me tell you a true story that shook me to my core. It's about Carolyn, a 63-year-old woman from Ohio. At first glance, she looked like your typical retired teacher, sweet, smart, and always smiling. But what I uncovered during our consultation left me both heartbroken and furious. Carolyn had always tried to live a healthy lifestyle. She exercised a little, took her multivitamins, and kept up with her doctor's visits. But over time, things began to crumble, and no one could explain why. She was experiencing the slow, silent collapse that many Americans over 50 face. But unlike most, Carolyn was brave enough to ask why. Her first symptom was something she brushed off: exhaustion. "I guess this is what getting older feels like," she told herself. Then came the joint pain, the backaches, the sudden weight gain, especially around her stomach. Her hair became thin, her skin looked dull, and she began forgetting simple things, like where she left her keys or whether she had taken her medication. But what really scared her was when her doctor said, "Your cholesterol is high, your blood pressure is elevated, and you're showing early signs of cognitive decline." She was shocked. How could this be happening? I thought I was doing everything right. Her doctor's advice: "It's probably just age. It happens." But it shouldn't happen like this. Here's the terrifying part. Carolyn was severely deficient in multiple critical nutrients, the kind I call silent survival vitamins, and no one had caught it for years. The root of the problem: invisible deficiencies, killing her from the inside. Carolyn's blood tests revealed shocking deficiencies in vitamin D3. Her levels were dangerously low, putting her at risk for osteoporosis, immune dysfunction, and cardiovascular issues. Vitamin B12. She was so deficient it was causing memory loss and numbness in her hands and feet. Vitamin K2. Her calcium supplements had been building up in her arteries, not her bones. Magnesium. Her stress, insomnia, and muscle cramps, all linked to a profound magnesium deficiency. Omega-3 fatty acids. Her brain was starving for essential fats, contributing to mood swings, inflammation, and brain fog. But no one ever told her. Why? Because these vitamins aren't routinely tested, and most doctors still treat symptoms with prescriptions, not root causes. The turning point: a radical shift in thinking. Carolyn wasn't willing to fade away. She wanted her energy back, her mind, her life. So we created a customized nutrition and supplement plan focused on restoring the nutrients her body was starving for, eliminating inflammatory foods, supporting her gut and liver for proper nutrient absorption. We stopped the damage and started rebuilding her health from the inside out. Within 60 days, she felt the first shift. Her energy began returning. Her joint pain eased, her mood improved. Her sleep became deeper and more restful. At the 90-day mark, Carolyn said something that made me tear up. "I feel like I've come back from the dead. I didn't know how bad I felt until I started feeling good again." Her blood pressure normalized. Her cholesterol dropped. Her memory? Sharper than it had been in years. And the weight? It began to melt off, without drastic dieting or insane workouts. The bigger picture. Carolyn is not alone. Carolyn's story is not rare. In fact, it's becoming the new normal in America. Millions of Americans over 50 are walking around with life-threatening deficiencies, unaware their symptoms aren't just aging, they're warning signs of internal collapse. Let me be blunt. We are living in a nutrient-starved nation, drowning in processed foods and disconnected from the essentials our bodies were built on. And while we spend billions on healthcare, we're failing at basic human maintenance. Carolyn's experience proves that a small shift in awareness, learning about the right vitamins, nutrients, and foods, can literally mean the difference between decay and rebirth. The lesson: don't wait until it's too late. If Carolyn had ignored her symptoms, if she kept accepting the lie that this was just part of aging, there's no doubt in my mind that she would have ended up on a cocktail of medications, stuck in a recliner, watching her golden years disappear in pain, brain fog, and loneliness. But she didn't. She made a decision to take control, and it saved her life. So I ask you, how many signs are you ignoring? Do you find yourself forgetting things more often? Is your energy at rock bottom? Are your joints stiff? Is your skin aging faster than it should? Do you feel like you're slowly slipping away from the person you used to be? It's not too late, but it starts with truth. Not pills, not guesswork, not gimmicks. Truth about what your body is missing. Truth about how to restore it. Truth that can bring you back from the brink, just like Carolyn. Are you next? Or will you wait until it's too late? Because sometimes the smallest deficiency can cause the biggest breakdown. And sometimes the simplest vitamin can be the key to your comeback. Let Carolyn's story be your wake-up call. The clock is ticking. What you do next could change everything. 6. Additional benefits of these life-saving vitamins. What your doctor never told you. Let's be clear, these aren't your average feel-good vitamins. These are biological game changers. These are the missing nutrients that are silently robbing millions of Americans of their health, their energy, and ultimately, their lives. If you've ever been told vitamins don't really matter, let me shatter that myth right now. Because once you understand the explosive power of key vitamins like D3, K2, B12, magnesium, omega-3s, and a few others, you'll realize the truth. A single deficiency could be the hidden trigger behind the disease you're fighting and the suffering you've been silently enduring for years. Let's walk through what these vitamins can actually do for you. Prepare to be shocked. Vitamin D3, the immunity commander. That big pharma doesn't want you to talk about. Over 40% of American adults are deficient in vitamin D3, and most have no clue. What does that mean? It means their immune systems are operating at 50% capacity. That's not an exaggeration. D3 plays a direct role in activating immune cells to kill off viruses, bacteria, and even early-stage cancer cells. Let that sink in. Without enough vitamin D3, your immune system can't even detect cancer cells, let alone fight them. And that's just the beginning. D3 also regulates mood. Low D3 is a major contributor to depression, especially in older adults. builds bone strength. Without it, calcium doesn't get absorbed, leading to osteoporosis. Protects your heart. Deficiency is linked to heart attacks and strokes. Vitamin K2. The traffic cop for calcium. Most people know about calcium for bone health, but almost no one talks about K2, the nutrient that tells calcium where to go. Without K2, calcium doesn't go into your bones. It hardens in your arteries instead, creating a ticking time bomb for heart disease. Yes, you read that right. Taking calcium supplements without K2 can literally harden your arteries. K2 also supports dental health by strengthening enamel, prevents kidney stones by regulating calcium levels, enhances skin elasticity, reducing wrinkles and sagging. Most people are dangerously low in K2 because it's not found in standard multivitamins or typical American foods. Vitamin B12. The brain's power cord. If you constantly feel tired, moody, or mentally foggy, there's a high chance you're B12 deficient, especially if you're over 50. Why? Because as we age, we lose the ability to absorb B12 from food. B12 is not just for energy, it's essential for brain function, memory, red blood cell production, and nerve health. Without it, your brain literally starts to shut down. Long-term deficiency can lead to permanent neurological damage. Shockingly, many cases of early dementia are actually just undiagnosed B12 deficiency. Magnesium. The miracle mineral. Nobody's talking about magnesium is involved in over 300 enzymatic reactions in your body. Yet studies show up to 80% of Americans are deficient. That's right, 80%. And when magnesium levels drop, your body falls apart. Low magnesium has been linked to high blood pressure, insomnia and restless sleep, chronic stress and anxiety, muscle cramps and arrhythmias, migraines. One woman I treated suffered from crippling migraines for 15 years until we discovered her magnesium levels were nearly zero. After 3 weeks of therapeutic magnesium support, gone, just like that. Omega-3 fatty acids, the brain's best friend and inflammation's worst enemy. Your brain is nearly 60% fat, and omega-3s are a crucial part of that fat. These healthy fats reduce inflammation in the brain and body, protect heart health, and even help fight depression and anxiety. But here's the alarming part. The average American's omega-6 to omega-3 ratio is about 20:1. That's a recipe for inflammation, chronic disease, and accelerated aging. Restoring that balance can result in sharper memory, faster thinking, lower cholesterol, reduced joint pain, healthier skin and eyes. The change can be life-altering and fast. These vitamins don't just prevent disease, they rewind the clock. Here's the truth. No one's telling you these nutrients don't just stop disease, they reverse it. We've seen patients regrow thinning hair, regain memory, and focus. Reverse. Type 2 diabetes markers reduce or eliminate chronic joint pain. Sleep like they haven't in decades. Feel 20 years younger, mentally and physically. And all from correcting a few core vitamin deficiencies. No surgeries, no toxic prescriptions, just real healing. The bottom line, deficiency is the silent epidemic, killing Americans. If you're over 50 and no one's checked your D3, K2, B12, magnesium, and omega-3s, then I'm sorry, but you're flying blind, and your health is on the line. You may think it's just aging, but in reality, it could be decay caused by deficiency. These are not optional nutrients. These are life-essential tools that your body needs to stay alive and functional. Ignoring them is like removing oxygen from a fire. You can survive for a while, but eventually, it all collapses. So the question is, are you going to wait until your body screams for help? Or are you going to listen now? Because these vitamins could be the only thing standing between you and the life you used to have. Are you ready to take it back? 7. Supportive habits for optimal results. The daily habits that can save or destroy your life. Let me start with a painful truth. You can take the best vitamins on the planet, but if your daily habits are toxic, they're practically useless. It's like pouring clean water into a poisoned well. That's why, if you're serious about regaining your health, reversing aging, and protecting yourself from America's silent killers, like heart disease, diabetes, and brain decline, you must adopt these life-saving supportive habits. They're simple, powerful, and shockingly underused. Because let's face it, too many Americans are dying from preventable diseases caused not by genetics, but by daily self-destruction. Let's change that, starting right now. 1. Sleep like your life depends on it, because it does. Over 70 million Americans suffer from chronic sleep problems, and most of them don't even realize the damage it's doing. If you sleep less than 6 hours a night, you're increasing your risk of stroke by 400%, heart attack by 200%, obesity by 55%, dementia by over 50%. Your body repairs and detoxifies itself while you sleep. Without deep, quality rest, your immune system collapses, your brain fogs, and your metabolism goes haywire. No vitamin can override sleep deprivation. Supportive tip: turn off screens 1 hour before bed. Keep the room cool, dark, and quiet. And aim for 7 to 9 hours, non-negotiable. 2. Move your body or lose it, literally. Physical inactivity is now the 4th leading cause of death in the United States. And yet, 80% of adults don't meet the minimum movement guidelines. You don't need to run marathons. But if you're not moving, you're decaying. Regular movement boosts circulation, which transports those crucial vitamins throughout your body, triggers anti-aging hormones like BDNF and HGH, fights depression, anxiety, and chronic inflammation, helps eliminate toxins through sweat and lymphatic flow. Shockingly, even 20 minutes of walking a day has been shown to extend lifespan and prevent dementia. Supportive tip: take movement snacks. Stand, stretch, walk every hour. Park far away. Use the stairs. Every step matters. 3. Hydration, the forgotten healing tool. Dehydration is a silent epidemic. And guess what? By the time you feel thirsty, you're already 2% dehydrated, enough to impair your focus, energy, and even blood pressure. Your vitamins can't be absorbed or circulated without water. Your brain can't function. Your liver can't detox. Chronic dehydration leads to kidney stones, joint pain, constipation, fatigue, and headaches. Supportive tip: drink half your body weight in ounces. 160 pounds? Aim for 80 ounces a day. Add electrolytes for extra support if you sweat or drink caffeine. 4. Gut health equals total health. Here's the shocker: over 70% of your immune system is in your gut. So if your gut is inflamed, leaking, or overrun by bad bacteria, your health is already compromised. Your body won't absorb your vitamins, fight infections, or control inflammation. A damaged gut has been linked to autoimmune diseases, food allergies, depression and anxiety, weight gain, and skin issues. Supportive tip: ditch processed junk. Eat fermented foods like sauerkraut, kefir, or kimchi. Take high-quality probiotics. And stop destroying your gut with artificial sweeteners and seed oils. 5. Manage stress, or it will manage you to death. Chronic stress kills. Slowly, silently, brutally. It hijacks your hormones, raises cortisol, destroys sleep, shuts down your immune system, and blocks vitamin absorption. Stress doesn't just make you feel bad. It physically alters your brain, your heart, and your gut. That's how stress alone can cause disease. Supportive tip: practice deep breathing, prayer, or meditation 5 to 10 minutes daily. Turn off the news, go outside, talk to someone you love. These aren't luxuries, they're medicine. 6. Get sunlight. Not just for D3, but for life. Sunlight is not the enemy. Lack of sunlight is. We've become an indoor species. And because of it, Americans are now deficient in vitamin D3, melatonin, serotonin, and even dopamine, the very chemicals that keep us alive, happy, and healthy. A lack of sunlight contributes to depression and SAD, seasonal affective disorder. Weakened bones, insulin resistance, weakened immunity. Supportive tip: aim for at least 15 to 30 minutes of unfiltered sunlight daily. Early morning or late afternoon is best. Let the light touch your skin and eyes without sunglasses for a few minutes. 7. Cut sugar before it cuts you. Sugar is the legal drug that's killing more Americans than heroin ever could. Excess sugar intake leads to obesity. Type 2 diabetes, Alzheimer's now called type 3 diabetes, cancer fuel, gut inflammation, and it also depletes your magnesium, vitamin C, and B complex vitamins, making your supplements useless. Supportive tip: don't just avoid candy, cut hidden sugars in healthy foods, cereals, yogurts, sauces, and juices. Read labels. Know your enemy. Final words: vitamins alone are not the answer. Yes, these vitamins are powerful, but they're just one part of the equation. Your habits are either medicine or poison, and you take that medicine or poison every single day. If you truly want to change your health, your life, and your future, then commit to real change. Not just pills, not just shortcuts, but a total health reset, starting with the foundational habits above. Because you're not too old, it's not too late, and your body is desperate for a second chance. Give it one. 8. Conclusion: the silent killers are closer than you think, but so is the cure. Let me leave you with one truth that might hit you hard. Aging doesn't kill you, but the choices you make every single day do. We live in the wealthiest, most advanced country in the world. Yet, America is one of the sickest developed nations on the planet. Heart attacks, strokes, cancer, diabetes, Alzheimer's, these aren't freak accidents. They are outcomes of lifestyle neglect. And here's the truly terrifying part. Most Americans won't realize they're dying until it's too late. By the time the heart attack hits, by the time the stroke paralyzes you, by the time dementia steals your memories, it's often game over. Not just for your body, but for your independence, your freedom, your family. But it doesn't have to end that way. We are not aging, we are being slowly poisoned. Think about it. We sit for hours every day. We eat ultra-processed junk loaded with sugar, synthetic oils, and preservatives we can't even pronounce. We drown ourselves in stress, sleep less than ever, and drink more caffeine than water. This is not normal aging. This is accelerated self-destruction. It's a lifestyle so toxic it shortens your life by decades, and the worst part is it feels normal because everyone around you is doing it too. But common doesn't mean safe. Your body is screaming for help. Are you listening? The fatigue, the joint pain, the brain fog, the bloating, the anxiety, the stubborn weight gain. These are not random annoyances. These are early warning signs, your body's 911 call. And when we ignore them, we pay the ultimate price. Here's a frightening fact. Most chronic diseases take years to develop. By the time you get diagnosed, you've already been sick for a long time. You just didn't know it. But now, you do. The power is in your hands. Literally. You've now learned the truth. The secret vitamins that can shield your body like armor. The toxic habits that speed up disease and decay. The supportive rituals that restore youth and energy from the inside out. And the real-life proof that change is possible no matter your age. So here's the question I need you to answer for yourself. Are you going to let this information slip through your fingers? Or are you going to grab it with both hands and change your life? Because make no mistake, your life is at stake. This is your turning point. You can be 55, 65, or 85. It doesn't matter. The body can heal, the brain can rewire, the heart can get stronger. And yes, you can absolutely feel better in your 60s than you did in your 30s. If you take action now. We are not victims of aging. We are victims of inaction. And action doesn't have to be massive. It can be as simple as swapping out soda for water, walking 20 minutes a day, adding powerful antioxidant vitamins to your daily routine, sleeping 7 hours instead of scrolling at 2 a.m., saying no to sugar just for today. These are not small steps. These are life-saving interventions. Don't let regret be the final chapter. Imagine being 10 years older, looking back, and realizing you could have prevented the heart disease. You could have dodged the diagnosis. You could have kept your energy, your strength, your freedom, if you had just made better choices. That's the kind of regret that keeps people awake at night. Don't be that person. You owe it to yourself and to the people who love you. There are people in your life, spouses, kids, grandkids, friends, who need you here. Not just alive, but well, vibrant, present, strong. They deserve the best version of you, not the one worn down by preventable illness. You owe them more, but more than that, you owe it to yourself. So please, don't wait until the diagnosis. Don't wait until the heart monitor beeps. Don't wait until your hands shake or your legs give out or your memory fades into darkness. Make the shift now, while you still can. Final word, aging is inevitable. Decay is not. Here's the good news. You are not powerless, you are not doomed, and you are definitely not too old, too sick, or too late. You just needed the truth, and now you have it. So go back to the beginning, reread what you've learned, choose one habit, take one step, and start the journey toward the healthiest, sharpest, most vibrant version of you that this life still has to offer. Because the second half of your life can be the best half, but only if you take control, starting today